Imagine if there was no show. Imagine if I'd just got you all to join in and there was no show. Imagine if I just got you all here and me and Gemma went and watched Netflix. Yes! Imagine if there was no show. Oh, we can't start for 2 minutes. You're all too early, baby. This is all it's going to be. Just me talking. The voice of God. Yeah. We're all here. We're all here. Yeah, this is it, by the way. I've run out of material. This is all I've got. 67 people watching a live feed from the shed. 8:15 start. Yeah, 1 minute, babies. We're going to get going. We're here. Can everyone hear? Does it sound good? Yeah. Yes, we're going to get going. We're going to get going in 3. 89 people. 92 people. Let's do it. Good evening and welcome to Stand Up From The Shed! Good evening everybody! Hello and welcome to... I've got cramp! I've actually got cramp! That's Joe Wicks! Joe Wicks has done that! Good evening, we're going to kill the sound. I've got the microphone, I've got the hairbrush. We're in. Good evening everybody! Yeah! Yes, we're here! Welcome to show number 2 of Stand Up From The Shed. 135 people have tuned in so far, and we're gonna have a cracking show. Good evening, self-isolators. Good evening, homeschoolers. I hope you're all right. I hope you've done your applause for the NHS, and I hope you've done your hourly, well, your one exercise of the day. It does feel like we're all on death row. And this is, you've gone out to walk round the yard. That's what we're doing. I think that's, and I mean, I've been for my little walk round, and I think it's very sobering when you've got, I'm doing more exercise now than I did before I was self-isolating. I don't even know how that works, but welcome to the show. We're going to start with a few bits of admin from last week. Basically, we're going to start. Everyone it seemed to enjoy it. We had a few technical issues. I hope I've sorted that out. But basically, people have said, we liked the show, but what was that cackle in the background? Someone wrote that. What was that cackle in the background? And someone wrote, that's his wife. Now that is my wife, Gemma. I mean, I can't. This is already weird, me doing this. So I have to have her as a voice in the background, you know? And so I think towards the end of the show, we're going to pick Gemma another laugh. Stand up, Gemma. Let me see what you look like. This is the tech Gemma. Look in the camera there. Yeah, look at that. These aren't even plugged in.
I just want it to feel proper.
You want to feel proper? Yeah. They're a child's gaming headphones. So Gemma's down there, part tech, part draft excluder, and we're going to be deciding on a new laugh for her next week, or maybe this week. Maybe we can think of some. She seems to be reining it in now. That's a 5. It wants to be a 10. You know, because this is the thing. People have said. Thank you for joining me, by the way. If you've not seen the show before, you know, people have said, oh, there's those in Italy. They were singing from the balconies, weren't they? That's what it was tender. It was beautiful. Well, I don't do singing. This is my singing. This is what it is. It's a Yorkshireman in self-isolation, bellowing punchlines inside a wooden tomb. And here's the other thought I've had, right? That despite all this chaos and pandemic, normal life continues. Just so think about this, right? You've thought about this, Gemma, right? She's going to be more involved. I feel like Letterman now. There's going to be a man out there who's got all this stuff to deal with and whose oven has broken. Can you imagine how bad a day he's having right now? So I think we'll be checking back in with Gemma. She's keeping an eye on the feedback on the timeline there, and we're gonna see what happens. So also at the end of the show, the surprise hit of last week. My mum and dad, they have been preparing something. They've been rehearsing. They've been This is all they've got now. This is it. So they've got. My dad's written a song. And my mum is on the kazoo, apparently. It sounds absolutely horrendous. This is the point where, if you were ever thinking about going out and risking it with the virus, tonight's the night, because this is going to be worse than Ebola. I don't know what they're planning, but it sounds horrendous. And my dad's even, I've noticed, right? I left a comment on a post on Lad Bible the other day, right? I didn't even know where my dad knew what Lad Bible was. He left a comment directly above mine and topped my joke. What? He's getting a little bit arrogant. I think I'm going to have to start taking a percentage. But I've basically, what I've done is I've opened the door and they're in now, aren't they? So they think they're going to be superstars. This is the problem. So here we are. It's week 2. We're in full-on self-isolation. And how are you all coping? How are you doing? You've all become, overnight, you've become home workers, homeschoolers, teachers. This has all happened overnight. We've all got about 17 jobs now. That's what our life is, right? And but I think if you're a parent, you've been preparing for this all your life. You've trained for this, people, because this is no different to any family holiday you've ever been on. Self-isolation's got nothing on that, has it? Because when you've got young kids, you don't have holidays. It's just stress on tour. That's all you're doing. You're just taking your problems round the globe, aren't you? That's what you're doing. You're just inflicting them on other people. And we've got a 4-year-old. Why are we taking her anywhere? She's not even making memories. Honestly, she's just utterly pointless. That's why you get a free child place, people. Because you might as well take a cushion with you. Really, honestly. I mean, she told someone at playgroup she'd been to Cyprus. She hasn't. She went to a garden centre in June. You are pissing money up the wall. But it prepares you for a moment like this. Because think about it. What you do on a family holiday, right? You go from being at home, where you've got all your own space and comfort, and you go and live together in one room for 14 nights for $3,000. It's not a holiday. It's like you've been rehoused after a flood. You shouldn't get duvets, you should get foil blankets. This is the perfect, we've been training for this. And your bedtime is their bedtime. You'll be laying next to each other in the dark and I'm like, I can't sleep. Well, neither can I. It's 10 to 7. The one show hasn't started yet, mate. This is drive time, not bedtime. It's daylight through there, isn't it? So we've been preparing for this. And I talk about, nervous energy and not being able to sleep. Again, family holiday. You come back knackered. You need another holiday. Because every single night, the youngest will get into bed with you. And it happens to us, and she does it in a weird way. We'll be sort of half asleep, and I'll just see a shadow just creep across the bottom of the bedroom. And then she gets into bed with us, right, from the bottom of the quilt. Do you know how terrifying that is, people? At 3 a.m, when you've had a box of wine each. I'd forgotten we'd even got kids. You just wake up to this mound just moving up the bed. It's like a Japanese horror film, isn't it? You daren't look down, you don't know what it is. See claws and red eyes. And she'll always poke her head up. Daddy, I've had a nightmare. So have I, mate. So have I. I'm never going to sleep again. But I tell you what, why don't you pop in here now and for the next 8 hours use Daddy's back as a treadmill? Oh, I love that shit. No, please keep the trainers on, darling. Why not? Seriously, by the end of that holiday, I took my shirt off. My wife thought I owed money. I have never had such a bruised back. So what I'm saying to you is, we've been here before. I realise that we've been here before, and I thought as well, who is enjoying this self-isolation? Because there are people out there, gamers, goths, they're loving this. They've been inside all day. This is perfect for them. Dogs are loving self-isolation, and I'll tell you why. Because their owners are home every day.
Yeah.
They're getting walked more than they've ever been walked in their lives. There was a dog on the news the other day who'd sprained his tail from wagging too much. Because this is a game changer for dogs. They're normally left at home all day with a Spotify playlist, scratching at the cupboard doors, trying to plan an escape. And I tell you who else is enjoying it. Kids. My kids are loving this. They think it's an holiday. They can't get enough of it, you know. But I think they are acutely aware of what's going on. That's the other thing. They are acutely aware. Because they were playing the other day, weren't they, Jen, with the dolls. And my eldest said to my daughter, to my youngest, she had this doll and she said, "Oh, look, Barbie, shall we go shopping to the mall?" And Chelsea said, "I'm afraid we can't, Barbie. We're in self-isolation." So they've already, the penny's dropped. Or it's a true story. Thank you, Gemma. When you're not laughing, you're filling in the facts. Thank you. And the other people have said to me, "Oh, there's other positives, Scott. You know, Pornhub is given free premium memberships for people." Well, I'd make the most of that if I wasn't so bloody anxious. Do you know what I mean? I tell you what would turn me on. It wouldn't be any pornography. It would be an 80% wage guarantee for the self-employed. Pop that up there and I'll ruin myself for a week, Boris, okay? And I tell you the other thing, the more worrying thing, the numbers are creeping up, 270, let's get it up there. The other thing is, as a result of self-isolation, of course, every parent now faces the bigger problem than the coronavirus. Being a teacher. Yeah. Now they've realised a few things, parents, this week. They've realised that the school was right. Your kid is a dickhead. That's a difficult lesson to learn, you know. Everyone's become teachers overnight. You cannot imagine the level of stress across the UK, can you? People going, "What are phonics? What are phonics, love?" I've not got a clue. I think I saw them support the Chemical Brothers in the 90s. They had a couple of hits, didn't they? I mean... But the other thing is, right, I mean, you're having to juggle careers, childcare and education. There's tension in our staff room, you know, and that's my own fault because I've had a workplace relationship. I'm the idiot. And if that wasn't bad enough, I found out we've got Ofsted in next week. If you're struggling with your teacher role, people, right, I've got a few bits of advice for you, right? Because you might be thinking, well, I'm a bit of a fraud here. Some of the kids are on to me already. Well, listen. First thing you need to do, Gemma used to be a teacher when we had job security, which was a lovely time. Do you remember that, Gemma? When I didn't used to cry myself to sleep. Anyway, first thing you need to do is get that teacher smell, don't you? That coffee breath. Now, you've got to start heavy, haven't you, love? You've got to be at least 15 coffees a day, right? You're new to this game. You've got to cultivate it, haven't you, Jen? It takes years to do. If you start now, by the end of this pandemic, you'll have breath so potent you could curdle milk when you yawn. Now that is where you're going for, isn't it? Every geography teacher, that's what you're going for. My advice is, with discipline, don't be too friendly with the kids. Implement boundaries. You know, I made this mistake on the first day. I tried to be their mate, didn't I, Jen? Yeah. I went in there, and already these kids see me as a father figure. I wrote that one today. And here's another. Remember, praise is worthless. It's criticism. That's what makes people learn. That's what makes people learn, right? You honestly, you don't go in hard. Go in hard. If you make the eldest cry, the youngest will fall into line. That is how it works, you know. And truancy, we've had problems with truancy. We're at even day 2, and I've already been caught a couple of times vaping behind the bins. But I just can't deal with it. I mean, you've just got to get creative with the subjects. A broad syllabus, bespoke maths problems. Things like, if Peter has 100 toilet rolls and Susan has just one, how much of an absolute prick is Peter? Chemistry.
That is a good joke.
Thank you, love. That's what I do for a living. I used to. Here's we go. Chemistry, right? Here's chemistry. Here's one for you, chemistry. Remember, it's a very simple ratio. It's 2 parts gin to 1 part tonic. And when Mummy and Daddy drink that, an incredible reaction happens. And in 4 hours, Daddy will start shouting at bees. Arts and crafts, that's quite easy. Wallpaper that back bedroom. Come on, kids. Yeah. PE, washing the car. And depending on how wet they get, swimming lessons, innit? It's a double win. Physics, Gemma. Use the principle of suction to hoover the stairs. And this is the thing, right? These kids may have the run of us at the moment, and they have. Everyone out there is no kids doing a full day schooling. But remember, everyone, we've got parents' evening at the end of April. You know, in the downstairs toilet, and they're going to get what's coming to them. So most families are struggling to make their house a home office, a school, and a place to live. It's impossible, right? But you've got, because it's chaos in there. You've got one kid spinning the dog round on a chair, the others just put some toast in the printer. And your wife calls you in the kitchen for a written warning about a badly stacked dishwasher. It's not going to happen. And I've got an update for you on the food situation, because we're still going crackers out there. Food supplies are still running low. We've got an Asda delivery booked, haven't we, love?
Yep,
for the next available stock, June 2021. We're going to hang on till then. We're going to grow our own food until then. If you order a delivery online now, all you get right is some bloke called Kevin in surgical gloves with some celery in his top pocket. That's all you get. That's all they've got left. And but people have been amazing. We've got a WhatsApp group, haven't we, love, which has got things like, people can run errands for people who are in self-isolation. But you've got to be a bit thoughtful in these groups. You know, it's ration shopping, isn't it, love? Yeah. You can't be fussy. You know, you don't want to be the dickhead who sends someone out to risk death just because you've got some saffron. You know, we're in the middle of a humanitarian crisis, Wendy. You just have to accept that your food might be a little less seasoned for the next few months, okay? And plant-based meat and milk, that's been left behind on the shelves. That it is. It just shows you we might be in a state of national emergency. The whole country's gone to shit, and the economy is on the verge of collapse. But even that doesn't make us want to try being vegans. That's heartening in a way, isn't it? But you see, here's the other thing, right? I've noticed there's a couple of things like, do you know what was left behind on the shelf? Pineapple pizza, Hawaiian pizza. So can we end this argument here, love? If that thing doesn't shift in the middle of a fucking pandemic, it's a bad combination, okay? We get stuff left on our doorstep, don't we? It's weird. It's like they're not deliveries, they're offerings. It's like your cat bringing back a dead mouse. We had a delivery from the greengrocers and the butchers, right? I feel like I'm living in an Alan Bennett play at the moment. I keep expecting to see a young lad cycling away in a bloody apron and a flat cap. I'll be back tomorrow with your coal, son. Don't forget to return your pop bottles for tuppence. We've got bouncers on the door of Asda. The bouncers, imagine that, those bouncers, Jem, chatting. They've probably did the security at a nightclub. Maybe on the door of confiscating weapons. Do you know what I mean? What did he do, Joe? Well, mate, I had a really tough one. I had to stop Sandra overloading with the toilet rolls. That's not very gangster, is it? I mean, they're probably as well. Bouncers, I think they're in that mentality. You can imagine them just letting the fit people in first. Mate, you can't come in. You can't come in. I'm starving. I don't give a shit. You got trainers on, mate. You got trainers on. If you want to do that, go to Lidl. But do you know the other thing is, I think men are starting to grow beards, right? And I think that's going to symbolise how long we've all been in captivity. I think it's a really good system. We'll all look like political prisoners, like a really depressing Movember. And like in terms of the beard scale, this is what we want, love, right? If it's the film Castaway, we want the initial bit where he gets washed up on the island, where it's a little bit of stubble, where Tom's got a little bit of stuff while he's finding out how to whittle bark. What we don't want is the bit near the end, where he loses his mind and starts talking to a volleyball. We don't want that. And many of us face the prospect of letting a loved one cut our own hair. That's frightening. Now we're going to look like Chewbacca's. And I'm going to bet, I tell you now, that is the one day you don't want to have an argument, people. Can you just chop that for me? No, you're going to come out looking like, you know,
Vincent Van Gogh.
Vincent Van Gogh. I was thinking more of a monk. I think the pudding bowl haircut's going to come back. Do you know what I mean? But Here's the thing, hairdressers in China, did you know this? They're cutting people's hair through windows.
What?
Yeah, and bikini waxers through the cat flap. I made that up. Funny though, isn't it? Just do a little, can you do a little vajazzle? For when all this shit blows over. Is the interesting thing, right? I honestly don't think I've ever been fitter. All my clothes feel better because I'm doing the Joe Wicks workout every morning.
Yeah, Joe.
Yeah, he's brilliant, isn't he?
I love it.
And here's the thing, right? I know it's doing me good. It's doing me good, darling. I think in a couple of weeks, I'll be able to give Gemma her sports bra back. But I'm training every day, man. I feel like a... Thank you, love. It's only you who thinks that. I feel. Do you know what I feel now, right? I feel like someone in every day training. I'm like a character in it. Come on, you can't overlap.
No, I was just going to say, I'm glad I didn't read the script now.
You're underprepared. Yes. Listen, I've got a point to make here. I'm training every day, right? And I feel like a character in an action movie, right? Who's been wrongly imprisoned. Spend all day doing pull-ups, angry pull-ups, fueled by thoughts of revenge. I've got a photo of the coronavirus on my cell wall.
Yeah.
Just waiting for it to be released, you know. Here's the interesting thing up here. I'm going to have a drink of water because I've been ranting now for 10 minutes. Here's the interesting thing. The world's going to look very different, isn't it? It is like, things are going to change. Technology is going to change. Our relatives have finally learnt to use technology, aren't they? There's no more FaceTime with fridge freezers, love, or upside down chins. Do you know what I mean? See, before this started, right, my parents couldn't even use a mobile. Now my mum's organising a 3-way video conference on Zoom. By the end of this summer, your nana will have a podcast, mate.
Yes.
I was watching a YouTube video. This is the thing. We're going to get our psychology. We're not going to rinse this out of our systems for a while, are we, Jen?
No.
This is going to be part of our psyche now. Like, I was watching a YouTube video last night, and I have a concert that I get really annoyed seeing people on their phones. Like, God, how can they not be in the moment? Now, I freaked out because there was a crowd. What are you doing, you lunatics? What are you doing? Someone stood on someone's shoulders. That's cross-contamination. I mean, we crossed the road now. I walked the other night. I was out for my stroll. A man walked down the middle of the bloody road. He would rather risk death than cross on the same side of me. I mean, it's going to force this underground. There's going to be perverts out there going to seedy cuddling clubs. It's going to be a fetish. It's going to be borderline illegal. People in trench coats down alleyways just going, come on, come in here and come in here and breathe on my neck. Come on, just go on, touch it, touch it, touch my face.
Ooh,
touch my face.
Shake me hand.
Shake me hand. Come on, shake my hand tonight. I've not washed it for days.
Yeah.
Shake it. Oh, do you know what this pandemic's going to kill off? What are you laughing at? It's good shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
I wrote it all today in the shed.
Yeah.
Here's a good one, right? Do you know what this is going to kill off?
Go on.
Orgies. I feel sorry for people who've booked orgies, man. Because you can't have an orgy at 2 meters. Do you know what I mean? What you got, unless you're very well endowed. And you can throw it. Oh, sorry, that's disgusting. Do you know what? People are going to be rocking up with sex toys strapped to the end of broom handles. Just jousting at people's private parts. Just
Dogging's the way forward.
That's it. Gemma's right in bit. You're not meant to be funnier than me. She's the tech. You've took your headphones off as
That
well.
wasn't funny, it was just factual.
But yeah, behind wins. Dogging's going to... And most people know, if you go see comedy, dogging's a hack thing for compares to say. But now it's been given a new lease of life because you can do it behind glass. Dogging is this pandemic's orgy, isn't it? Well done, Gemma. Fantastic work. Someone's just said that's a good joke. Of course it is. I'm a comedian, you sarcastic prick. I'm not doing this for the first time. I've been in here all day. Handshaking's gone.
Yeah.
Greetings have gone. No more sweaty palms. No more vice-like grips. No more hands that are so weak you feel like you're shaking hands with a lettuce leaf. We're going to salute. That's what we're going to do. We're going to bring back the salute or a simple nod. What do you think, Gemma? Team building. Team building events never going to be the same again, man. Because no one's going to high five. Americans are going to be lost, aren't they? What else way they're going to have to? They're going to have to smack people's bums, and then you can't do that because of the Me Too movement. So what are you going to do now? What we're going to do? We have to find a new way. And I tell you what, when we come out the other side of this comedy, I just think it's going to be a different audience. For the first few months, babe,
Yeah.
it's going to be rich people. People who have been able to weather this storm. So you're going to have to tweak your material, comics. You're going to have to think about different observations. Stuff like, when you're at the grouse shoot and your butler phones in sick. That's the sort of stuff you're going to have to get on board with, that,
Yeah.
Where did you live to whisper, Baroness?
Yeah.
In your own gold-plated helicopter? And here's the thing, right? Many of real people, like, this is the game changer now. Many people have realised, right, we can do our own jobs from home. That's a game. They've let that one in.
Oh.
So, like, how many times has your boss called you in for a meeting you knew could have been done via email?
Yeah.
Because that's going to change the game now, isn't it? And here's the thing: before this chaos started, the country was divided, and it was struggling. There was no money. There was cuts. There was austerity. And what did they say? There's no magic money tree. Well, Boris seems to have stumbled across a magic money fucking forest, doesn't he? I mean, good God, how much money is he? He's writing checks left, right, and I mean, he has to do it, but it's clearly when the chips are down and people need help, there is money. Is it under your bed, Boris? Where is it? Is it in a shoebox? Is it? So I'm going to tell you this, right? Because before all this started, before we descended into this chaos, and we've got 10 minutes left before we bring in Roy and Mags. People are quite excited. Oh no, we've got 5 minutes. I've got one more bit to do.
Okay.
Don't tug my jeans. We need to work out your laugh yet, don't we? Someone said this is brill. We're rocking this, baby. We're rocking this tonight. 257 people. Fantastic.
Amazing.
That's amazing. Thank you all for joining me. Some are going to watch it on catch up. Yeah. So before this show, you probably don't know this, before this show started, I had a new Edinburgh show called Relax, nominated for Best Show at the Leicester Comedy Festival. Thank you. Yes, we can't go to the ceremony because the world has ended. However, the show was about our inability to switch off, right? It was about the fact that we've lost the ability to relax. And I said, in the show, here was my first thing, I said, we need something to make us physically stop.
Yeah.
We need an excuse to have downtime. Well, Scotty didn't think of pandemic, did he? But that's the shit that's happened. So that show needs rewriting, doesn't it? Thank you. But I've never been able to relax, because this is the thing. Right? I'll tell you this short story. Before all this happened, we went to a spa day, did me and Gemma, for our 40th. Now, I don't like spas. I'll be honest with you. You could probably gather I'm quite a highly stressed individual. I mean, this is...
No!
Oh, yes, love, this. I mean, I know from my demeanour I may have appeared to be breezing through this whole crisis. But inside I'm churning, baby. I have had so many soft poos recently. I'm surprised it isn't falling out my ears, if I'm being honest.
Oh, God.
Because I don't like spas, right? We went to this spa, and I've been tightly wound now for about 40 years. You can't unravel that shit with some cucumber and a hot flannel, can you? And I don't like this, but we went to this spa day, right? And we got there, and there's people, you get it, there's people wandering around the grounds in their dressing gown and slippers, aren't they? Middle of the day. It's like visiting time in a psychiatric hospital. I thought, have I been sectioned here? I expected Gemma to turn around to see Gemma just driving out the gates. Your problem now, you can deal with the dickhead. He talks to himself in his shed, he's halfway there. And people queuing up for the buffet. Just zoned out after a 4-hour Reiki session, just unable... It's like cuckoo's nest, aren't you? Close your mouth, Susan. You're dribbling in the Waldorf salad, look. And there was a slumber room there where people pay to go to bed. Can you believe people pay to go to sleep? I didn't like it because when we walked in, it was like we'd turned up late to an orgy. And I walked in there, there's just bodies strewn everywhere. I thought, who's in it? Who's not been done? Who's not been done? Now, of course, I'd be able to prod them with my broom handle. And Gemma paid for me to have a massage, and from a Glaswegian woman called Jackie. Right. Now, this is the thing, right? She's a Scottish woman, and that is not the accent for a massage, let me tell you. Because I walked in there, everything she said sounded threatening. She turned up late, which I think was a power move. I think she'd been waterboarding someone in the hot tub. And she walked in, she was like, all right, my name's Jackie. Pop yourself on my bed. Put your face in the hole. Roll down those wee shorts. And relax. I've never been so scared. I don't like that table with the hole in. Do you? It's like looking through a hospital commode, isn't it? I mean, because once you're in there and your ears are pinned through, she could be doing it. I was naked. I had my little bottom out. That's the point I find out that Gemma's booked me in for an enema. I just feel Jackie's breath on my ears. Your wife always said you were full of shit. Let's find out. And let me tell you this, she was a small woman, but she was strong. She massaged me like I owed her money. Honestly, my back by the end of it looked like I'd been on holiday with the kids. And she's got going on there. She was like, any areas that are particularly tight? I thought, yeah, Yorkshire and Glasgow. Next question, Jackie. Is this a massage or a quiz? And she said to me, she was asking me all the time, she was talking and it was intimidating. She was, how was that pressure for you? I'll be honest, people, a bit too close to the windpipe for me. And she used far too much oil as well, and I kept sliding around. I was sliding all along the bed. I was like a seal grounded on an iceberg, and I was just moving all like that was making her more angry. Just stay where you are. I can't stay where I am, Jackie. Some men get aroused in that situation, people. They do. So like my mate, when he found out I had a massage, he said, oh, you have a massage? I went, yeah. From a female masseuse? I went, yeah. He said, did you have an happy ending? Yeah, she let me go. I saw the bloody kids again, mate. Look. So anyway, what I'm saying to you is maybe this is the thing that's going to slow me down. That's the one positive, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
We're spending some quality time as a family. We've got no money. However, we have got each other. And I'm sure you feel the same, people. This has gone very serious now. And I tell you another thing we've got. We've got our parents. We've got our parents on the end of the phone.
You parents!
Now, are they there is the question.
That was a seamless link.
It was that was good though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I thought about it. So, we're going to ring now some very special people. You remember them from last week. I must get this number right, else this is going to go weird. I nearly read out our number then. So, here we go. Hello? Hello?
Hello there.
Hello, please, have you got your feed turned off?
Yeah, your mother's just thrown it outside at window.
I don't need a microphone. It's picking it up through the computer.
Oh, that's
Aren't you meant to be a tech? That isn't a microphone, it's a hairbrush. Jonathan, where's your microphone? What did you think was picking my voice up, you plank? Dad,
In your show here?
I'm still, of course we're still on the show.
No, I said, are we spoiling it? Because we're sat here and you sound like you're having a domestic.
No, we haven't. Can we turn up the volume? Oh, it's maximum now. Listen, Dad, we're ready for you now. We're going to wrap up the show soon. I've done a bit of stand-up. We've had a bit of fun. And you have been preparing this, haven't you?
Well, can I just say a couple of things first?
Yes.
I think the show tonight was an improvement.
Thank you.
Because it weren't buffering.
It weren't buffering.
No.
Not in the content.
So that's an improvement.
Right.
The other couple of things are...
Right. This should be done afterwards, really, Dad. This sort of live feedback.
What?
Go on.
Anyhow, I've had a bit of good news today.
What?
Well, I had a letter put through thing and it says there's £100 off
Yeah.
if I plan a digital...
Oh, someone's had some wine.
A prepaid funeral plan.
Right.
I can get £100 off, so that's one good thing.
Well, timing of that's amazing, isn't it? Because the other thing is, Dad, that might be the chance that that might be the chance that we can see you because you're allowed to go to funerals.
Yeah.
So maybe if you faked it, laid in the coffin, I come along, tap on it, we could actually have a chat.
Well, we could do, yeah, if it weren't buffering.
It's not buffering now.
I know, but it were last week.
Well, it's not this week, is it? Come on, Dad. Listen, are you all right? Because you had a bit of a wobble this week. You thought this was a big wind-up. You said, "Are we idiots?"
Which part?
Well, you said because all people have been going out, haven't they? Like people have been going out buying, I don't know, bits for their angle grinders and making unnecessary journeys. And you thought, am I an idiot for staying in? That's what you thought, didn't you?
The thing is, now, self-isolating, me and your mother.
Oh, lovely.
Your mother's staying in house and I go in garden.
Dad, that's a proper joke.
And I told her we'd to stay 22 metres apart.
22 metres, not the 2 metres then. You're adding an extra 20, are you?
Yeah, but only thing is, this garden's only 10 metres, so at one point we're going to have to get together.
Right.
So I've said to her, because your mum said that we'd like to do something together,
Yeah.
said tomorrow that we're going to scrape moss out at block paving.
Wow. That's a cracking. That is a summer job as well, Dad. She'll be quite good at that.
I thought that'd be okay for your mother.
Fantastic. Well, we're nearly approaching the end of the stream, Dad. So have you got a special song to play us out?
Well, we've done a little song.
You've done a little song.
We've interpreted a song that was already a song.
Oh, that's the classic musical comedy blueprint. I don't know if you're aware of what you've done there, Father.
I don't know if you've ever heard of Peter, Paul and Mary. The weren't kids you went to school with.
Peter, Paul and Mary. No, I've heard of Peter, Paul and Mary. That's the
They did a song called Leaving on a Jet Plane.
They did that, yes, which is nothing. We won't be able to do that now because they've all gone bust.
Right, yeah,
exactly.
well, we've done part of this song to interpret the way things are at the moment. So, do you want us to play it now?
Yes! Come on!
Well, I'll just have to get my plectrum out.
Oh God! Come on! You should be ready, Dad. This is minutes we're wasting here, my friend. We're at 242 people are watching this stream.
Well, let's hope it doubles now.
Come on! Let's hear you.
Are you ready?
Yes. Hang on a minute. So I'm going to introduce you to Players Out. It's Roy and Mags up in Old Snidel, singing us out. What's the song called, Dad?
It's called, well, I don't know. We haven't got a title for it.
Oh God! So you thought it through then, right? Well, I'm going to call it an ode to self-isolation.
That's right. That sounds that'll do.
Good, excellent. Off you go. After 3, 1, 2, 3, go.
On my back, goodbye. I'm ready to go. I'm looking for Lulu at the local Petco. I hate to wait too up to say goodbye. But the dawn is breaking early morn. I've got me mask on and I'm nice and warm. Already I'm so special. I could cry. So don't kiss me or cry for me. I'm self-isolating and I want me tea. Oh, babe, I have to go. So don't kiss me or cry for me. I'm self-isolating and I want me tea. Oh, babe, I have to go.
Yay! That was absolutely incredible. Say for tea. It all went a bit John Shuttleworth.
Very good.
Very good, mother and father.
Got to thank your mother, she was musical director.
Oh, she's done a
Very good.
Lloyd Webber, eat your heart out. Dad, you want to say goodbye to everyone? We've had a lot of people on the feed. We've had a lot of positive comments.
Oh, yeah, I've just got one thing to say.
Go on.
I can't believe Gemma's laugh got more likes than my ukulele player.
Well, this is the thing you've got to get used to, my friend. This is the thing. I remember once I did a gig and a woman leaving to get a taxi got a better response than anything I'd written. So get used to that.
Well, now we know. Okay.
Right, love you both. Keep washing your hands and we'll see you next week. We'll speak to you obviously before then, but say goodbye to everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.
Love you. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Ladies and gentlemen, Roy and Mags. How about that? Yeah. Excellent. Someone's just said my accent was terrible for the Scottish.
It was, but I didn't say anything.
He is Scottish though, Kevin Shepherd. Basically, that's racist what I've done there. I've appropriated your accent, Kev.
Oh,
Look, mate, it's a lot better when there's people watching. Do you know what I mean? I'm doing this into a webcam, mate. Do you know what I mean? All I can see is a coaster in front of me saying, follow your dreams. And that irony of that situation now is not lost on me. All right, right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of the show. Show 2. Thank you all for watching this. The stream is going to be up to watch again. Please share it. Spread the love round. I'm going to be here next week. Brand new stand-up every week. If you did enjoy the show and you would like to donate, the donations are down on the bottom there via my PayPal. Thank you so much. I know everyone's struggling at the moment, and I know everyone's, worried about the future, but I think we will get through it. This is genuinely helping me. This is more. I've seen more of my wife in this shed than I have for an entire year. Do you know what I mean? So this has brought us together and the kids are inside. We don't know what they're doing. Last time when I left, they were messing about with the hob. We'll be all right. Do you know what I mean? They've gone feral. I think that's the best way to describe it. So I'll see you all next week. Love you loads. Please keep sharing, and please check out some of the other online comedy. You have Thomas Green, you've got the guys that get comedy, you've got Jim Howarth's show, spouting nonsense on this. There's John Pearson's show, virtual comedy gigs.
Download Duncan Oakley's EP.
Duncan Oakley's EP, Dan Nightingale's podcast. There's so much now. The comics have been more productive in this week than they have in their entire careers. But we need to be back in the clubs. I need to be back in the clubs. My God, do I need to be back out working. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you again. You've been lovely. Thank you. Good night. Bye-bye.
How long do I keep clapping?
Got cramp. I've actually got. Oh! It's. Joe, you can't see it on the camera. Oh, Joe Wicks, you bastard! You bastard, Joe Wicks! Oh! Oh!
I need a wee.
Right. It's gone so much better.